Okay, so today it's all about 3D printing pens. 3Doodler Pro, 360 bucks. Merlion 3D printing pen, 60 bucks. Stick around and I'll tell you which one I choose. Hi everybody, David from Living Tech here. Today we are going to unbox the Merlion 3D printing pen. We're going to set it up and we are going to take it for a spin. We're going to do something interesting though. We are also going to compare that to the 3Doodler offering, which is about 6 times more expensive than this. And the features look about the same with the exception of the 3Doodler, I believe, having a built-in battery. Anyway, let's get started. We'll see what's here. So Merlion 3D printing pen, OLED screen, compatible with power bank, but it doesn't come with that. I think power bank is a battery standard. This one's white. It also comes in blue, purple, and yellow. Any stick-out features here? It comes with 12 colors of PLA. So PLA is polylactic acid, and that's one of the two filament types it will accept. The other one is ABS. PLA is, its claim to fame, I think, is that it is not toxic. The fumes aren't toxic, versus ABS, which I believe are. You can still use ABS, but you just have to be a little more careful, if I understand right. This pen comes with, well, the pen itself, the filament, some finger stalls, which are just covers for your fingers, rubber or silicone, so they don't get burned. Removal tool, instruction manual, drawing stencils, and an AC/DC power supply. This is 1.75 millimeter diameter ABS or PLA. Maximum heating power 10 watts, and it's a 5 volt standard USB power supply, 5 volts with a 2 amp maximum. So let's open this up. Okay, actually I'm going to turn this on. Okay, so we have basic patterns. I don't know if this technically is stencil or not, but I think that's what they mean by stencils. And we have a package, actually 2 packages of PLA. It comes in just, coils. So I guess there are about 6 colors in each of these, so 12 colors is what they promised. So that's interesting. I can compare this right now to the 3Doodler. The 3Doodler has spaghetti-looking straight pieces of PLA and ABS, which seems cool on the one hand, but on the other hand, you have to keep sort of feeding them in the middle of working. So I actually like this better. There is an instruction manual. Looks simple. There's a spatula for removing your work, I guess, from the work surface. There's a USB to the 5 volts DC cable. And that should plug into, yes, this transformer. Let's see. Boom. There you go. These are the finger stalls they're talking about. I think adults would need bigger ones. So this is pretty neat looking. Feels solid. 5 volt DC input, 1.75 millimeter filament input. This is the output, of course. There's an OLED display, 2 buttons. My guess is that's only to control the temperature. Maybe there are some other settings. Maybe you actually indicate whether it's PLA or ABS, I'm not sure. But we'll see later on. This looks like it controls the speed that the filament is fed through the device. And on the other side, it's got 2 buttons, a right and a left. So my guess is that's going in the forward direction, and then when you want to retract, you hit that button. What else? The outlet, they said it's ceramic. I guess they mean this part here. It looks like it has a built-in fan here. Anyway, pretty solid, like I said, and looking forward to setting this up and giving it a try. Okay, here's another pic of the pen. As I said, really easy to hold, which is nice, very nice to use. There's the pen with the filament in the back. I like the filament in the roll. There's me dragging the pen across the page the first time. The OLED screen is really bright and easy to read. Our first few attempts here, the two nicer ones are Trish's, of course, and one more there along with the pen. All right, so what I want to do is compare these two. This isn't an in-depth review actually of either one, I guess, but it certainly isn't of this one. I did happen to already own this, and then I more recently got this guy. And so what I wanted to know is this worth 6 times what this is worth? And the answer is, I don't think so. What you might want to do is you might want to start off with, with this one, and then if there are features that are lacking, you haven't spent very much money, then you can go to this. So why am I saying that? I'm saying it for 2 reasons. First of all, the price, but also this one requires, here, I'm going to show you. It's basically, as I said before, it's sort of spaghetti-like pieces of filament, and you feed these into the back here. So in their on their website, they highly, they tell you outright not to use the coiled filament. They say that it messes up the internals of this thing. I'm really surprised about that because, like I said, I built a 3D printer a while back, and 7 years ago, I think it was, and I played with a lot of nozzles and feeding mechanisms, and I've never had a problem with the curled filament versus straight filament. In fact, this is the first time that I even saw straight filament. So I think that's probably just a way to get people to, pay for consumables. They're very expensive compared to the rolls of filament. So what I loved about this right from the start was they basically sent you rolls of filament, so you know that it's a valid way, it's a safe way to use the pen. I even playing with these two, I'm always conscious of the fact that I'm using this consumable, and pretty soon these sticks are going to run out. You also get to the point where the stick gets pretty low, like this one here, and so there's some wastage. You end up throwing some of the filament out, and anyway, I like this. It's great. I find that the control with this is better. The forward and reverse, it's a bit more fluid. This does have a fan, an active fan, and a fan is actually an important part normally of 3D printing, because you need it to cool fast enough as you're drawing, so that it adheres to the surface you're drawing on, or to the other parts of the filament, but it has to stay hot long enough so that it comes out properly. So I do like the fact that this has an external fan, or an included fan. It's got an on and off switch. This one doesn't. So like I said, I do like this one, but it's to me it's not worth 6 times the cost. Maybe once I start using them a little bit more, I will see sort of the drawbacks of this guy. But for now, I mean, you know what, you're probably buying this for your kids, and your kids will like it for a while, and then they won't. So do they really need this very expensive pen with expensive consumables, or can they get by with this? And I think it's a resounding yes, they can get by with this. Those are my thoughts. They're only my opinions. So give it a try yourself. Like I said, it's not much of I don't consider it to be any mistake if you buy this, even if you end up not liking it, because it's so inexpensive. So I hope that helps. One thing I wanted to say was, when you know you're going through the consumables in this, you tend to not take as many risks with drawing things that aren't going to turn out. So so I was a little bit more gun shy with this than with this. I just started going with this, and you know what? I looked back at what I did and I thought, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not an artist. One reason I built the 3D printer many years ago was that I could design on screen and then just print out what I designed. And for somebody who's sort of mechanically minded like me, it's really cool to be able to do that. But this one takes more practice. So anyway, have a good time with whatever you choose. I hope this was of some help, and have a great day. Oh, if you like this video, please subscribe. If you didn't, please subscribe. Talk to you later.